In today's video, I'm showing you how I pick colors for my drawings. No complex color theory needed. I'll simplify everything and show you exactly what matters when building a great color palette. So let's make picking colors feel easy and actually fun. The best place to start is the color wheel. It's a super helpful tool for choosing colors that actually works. There are two sections to the color wheel, the outside ring and the inner color. The outside of the ring called the hue, and here where you can pick up the actual colors. While the inner side called saturation and value. This really changes how bright, saturated, or dark the color appears. Now I'll teach you harmonizing colors. It is super easy to understand. The harmonizing colors are just colors next to each other on the color wheel. For example, purple color harmonizing with pink, while green color harmonizing with turquoise. Another way is to pick one color from the right side of the wheel and one from the left. It helps create a nice contrast and balance. Another method for choosing colors is to use complementary pairs because they create strong contrast that makes your artwork stand out. The last thing to mention is that the color wheel is divided into two sides, warm colors on the right and cool colors on the left. For me, I prefer to stick to warm colors, as most of my drawings show. For example, if I want to pick a purple color, I choose it from the warm side of the color wheel, which is located on the right. Another thing I want to mention is that I never use pure white or black in my drawings. Instead, I use dark purple or brown and light orange or beige. I also prefer to use beige or light brown as a base color before adding the main colors, shadings, highlights, and texture. For shading, I use light purple or blue, and for highlighting, I use light yellow or orange. Of course, color preferences are personal, but there are many ways to make your color choices more intentional and less random, whether you're using bold, fresh, or muted pastel. Don't be afraid to try different things. Pinterest is a fun way to get inspired. It's a great place to find lots of ideas and create your own color palette. Once you find your favorite photo, you can just tap on it, download the image, then go to Procreate, tap on color icon, then plus icon. Choose your image to create a color palette, including all the colors in the image. So here are the tricks I use to get harmonized colors. The first one is using smudge tool. I use smudge tool to blend colors together. Then I pick the blended color and use it over the base. This helped me create different tones and achieve better color palettes. For example, here I blended the red color and I used the lighter tone to highlight my drawing. The second trick is using different layer modes. I use multiply mode to make the drawing look colder and darker, like a night effect. To make it more natural, I lower the opacity to, for example, 50 or 80, whatever, to make it softer. I use also add or overlay mode to make my drawing warmer and shinier, like a day effect. And I do the same as well by lower the opacity to make the color more natural. The third trick is using the adjustments tool to fine-tune colors. I like using curves to make the colors more harmonized, and I also use color balance to shift the overall mood, like making the scenes feel warmer, cooler, or more vibrant. I highly recommend using these tools because they can transform your drawing and make it look even better. Now I'll start coloring my sketch, but first I'll change the outline to match my warm color palette by using dark red for the line color. And as you see, I use the curves to change my outline color. Now I'll create a new layer underneath the sketch layer, and I will choose beige color as a base for my drawing. Now I create a new layer above the base color, turning on clipping mask and start adding the main colors for my characters. Now I start adding texture, highlights and shades for my drawing. If you want to know more about this step, you can just check my previous tutorials. I have 2 tutorials about highlightings and shadings, and also how to render your drawing. For this drawing, I'm using my custom brushes. You can find the link in the comments below. And don't forget to get my giveaway brush set for free. I will put the link in the comments below. Here I'm using the red to add shadings to Mario, and here I'm using the pink. And of course I'm doing this on a multiply mode layer. Now I start adding shades using the purple color, and of course on a multiply mode layer. And here I start adding highlights using the light yellow on an add mode layer. And I like to add those cute details because they make my drawings even cuter. And here is my final result. Hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, recommendations, or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. See you in the next video. Bye bye.